What's up mga degenerates? Ako day si Johann Isaac, aka Shiba, wildlife antagonist, and mao ni si Sukoto21, aka Scott, wildlife protagonist.
Yeah, I'm Sokoto21 and I'm protagonist.
Protagonist.
Yeah, I'm a wildlife protagonist. Yeah.
So unsa man dre imong job description? What is it like to be a wildlife protagonist?
As a wildlife protagonist, like it sa mga activist gani. Eh ang mga wildlife protagonist manggod sila man na ang nag-lead gid ba? Like if moadto ko sa kanang moadto ko sa kakahuyan karon, moadto ko forest, mura ko si Snow White.
Snow White.
Oh, mura ko si Snow White pero lalaki na version ba? Diba si Snow White mukanta siya mo makisabay ang mga hayop. Diba? Kuyog dia daghan kay mo apil, manhayop ang uban. Nag-adto na ko. Bramig tribal ba? Like magkanang bro kung na-ritual dito niya mga hayop manayo.
Manayo sila.
Yeah. Manay kalahian sa activist o protagonist. Sa antagonist unsa may bahatan sa
antagonist? Ako itig antagonize sa mga animals and shit. So I go like, you know, hey bird, fuck you.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Mga ito.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bawda ako job
description. Sa bahatan sa protagonist usahay pero kanang kan lang like in moderate ba?
In moderate. So like Mona like before the climax when more troubled kayong protagonist. Magyan na siya no. Na siya story arc jud ba? Yeah. Before he becomes a full kanang wildlife protagonist.
Yeah. Nagplano gani may kay kabantay ka mga wildlife activist.
Yeah.
Kay sige ka ng rally ba? Like kami sa ganahan may mag-rally mga wildlife protagonist. Ang among ganahan ba nganong kulang sa budget? Nako shit. Kulang mi sa budget dili ang wildlife. Kami mismo.
Mo naman ko like kay antagonist man ko. Akong main aspiration no is to just explain sa akong motives sa kanang wildlife mga protagonist.
Okay.
Yeah. So I go like, hey man, so mo ni akong plano. And then ako like mo capture ko nimo. It's like, you know, kanang mga rhinos. Ako nang extinct.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Job na sa kwan.
Mo naman trabaho. Ano na po may rhinos? Like, you're doing a bad job day.
Huh?
You're doing a bad job.
I mean, I'm an antagonist, so it's not my job description to actually win.
Oh, yeah.
Gani. So,
para lang mo better akong life.
Yeah. More man akong role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inana ka insignificant.
Yeah.
Yawa. So, kumusta man imong week na lang?
Week honestly just kanang keeping up with the podcast, kanang catching up lang jud sa trabaho. If you guys don't know, we're actually 2 weeks late sa mga podcast where you guys don't know that. But yeah, 2 weeks late may just to listen kayo working on a podcast is difficult as fuck, so I just wanted to get ahead of that.
Mabitaw ng isa na lang among kamera.
Gani.
Nasulti ba na nato nganong isa na lang ang kamera?
Wala pa ba ganito ka explain gano different ang set?
Shit.
Wala na tayo editor, daghan kayo.
So ni downgrade me gamay as you can see. Pero at least ang quality sa camera is, you know, better karon.
Yeah.
Kay isa ra man sa gid among gamit na. Pero kung anong naamo ning gibuhat is because busy na mi.
Yeah.
Like busy like
we should explain why. I think everyone already knows ngano busy ko. Pero ikaw ngano busy mo ka?
Busy ko because nikuha ko niskwela ko animation. And I think like lisod gid siya i-manage gid ba like like edit ako may nag-edit sa podcast kay nawa man among editor i-surrender. Yeah. Tungod sa yung internet, guys. Yes. Not kay Trider siya or anything. Yes, wala naman ang Trider dito sa podcast.
Okay. Protagonist naman siya. Protagonist na ko.
Yeah. Grabe So ato sang amot sang nastoryaan ba? Kung sa keyboard gani ba? Diba? Kung sa keyboard kung unsay ka nanindot kwaon. Like if sa whole life nimo ba, magkuha kag isa ka key na naa sa keyboard. Unsa na key ang imong kwaon?
Yeah, I think we both have the same answer. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Ang naagid sa right na control.
Control og alt.
Control og alt. Yeah.
Or even shift. Shift
sa kwaon dyan na ba?
Yeah, unsa may gamit?
Gani.
Like, basin na yung uban na pwede ka mo double shift and double control.
What?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Usually is kasi,
Ambot
no?
unsay.
I don't remember using that shit.
Ako.
When?
Sometimes when you're dealing with like mga Excel sheet or anything na you're doing the same process and it's a repetitive task, then mogamit ka sa, like, especially if you're dealing with numbers, mo ka sa numpad.
Yeah.
And then so it's nearer to go to control and shift or alt sa right side.
Yeah, nasa na.
But I can live without it.
Ako mogamit man ko sa right ng control. Kay guba magud ako left na control.
Oh shit.
Pero sa katong usan ako kay keyboard, pero lisod gyud sa if gaming man good.
Yeah.
Kaya if like
we should also talk about na people's form sa keyboard is different because of gaming now.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
ang gaming gihinungdan.
Yeah. Diba when you start your keyboard, unsay mong position? Exactly right.
WASD ba?
Exactly right. Everyone puts their left hand WASD.
Yeah.
And pinky shift. Right?
Oh yeah.
Pinky shift. Before, ang proper jud ang gitudlo sa eskwelahan is to be like 4 on ASDF and 4 sa HJKL. Mao jud ang proper. But because of gaming, nobody does that shit anymore.
Gani.
Diba? Ni-change na jud ang dynamic.
WASD ba?
Program shit. Na tabay.
What do you think about those? Like, mo try ba ka gamit o kanang mga ergonomic keyboard?
Ergonomic keyboard? Unsa na?
Kanang mga keyboard na ganing gihaf or katong ani porma. Dapat uban na inani ang porma. Like, ang keyboard mo, like, gana ro.
I thought you said egomaniac keyboard.
Ergonomic, gago.
What's up, like, egomaniac na keyboard?
Kanang daghan kay kanang RGB na lights. Yeah, man na egomaniac na keyboard.
Okay. Nanay mga anime waifu kanang kon.
Lahi pa na.
Okay.
Same ra na kanang kan ba? Gray area gyapon ba? Yeah. Pero lahi pa na kan.
Kon man ang egomaniac na keyboard, I think designed not to like put yourself in every comment section bitaw.
Gana.
It's always to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
So egomaniac keyboard it's arranged to be like imong pangan mao jud na ang first.
Yeah, usually used by redditors. Yeah. Also mostly mo gamit sa kanang egomaniac mga Twitters.
Mga
Twitter users. Yeah.
Mga, especially guys, if na mo sa appeal mo sa cancel culture, then you should get the egomaniac keyboard.
Yeah. I think we should like maghimo gid ko na product line. Naka na ganing egomaniac kanang keyboard.
Yeah,
like naay kanang kuan din Twitter din. Like naay kanang kuan gani kanang hotkey ba na Twitter to cancel. Iguman naay kanang di ba ka kuan kana basta mo shift ka.
Yeah.
Mo shift ka di ba?
Hold cancel.
Di ba? Hold to cancel. Control shift M para makanang cancel.
Cancel.
Kundi di ba like basta na mag caps lock na mo glow sa kilid or like mag num lock na mo glow.
Yeah.
If kanang kuan, if naay cancelon nun, mo glow pod na
red
activation.
Red color.
Yeah,
red. Green man kasi di ba? Kini kay red.
Green, yellow, pero kani red. Red yun.
Mo hold so here's what you do. If you want to cancel like Scarlett Johansson, just type Scarlett Johansson, hold cancel.
Yes, cancel.
Hold cancel.
Na cancel na key.
Yeah,
ang cancel. Ang control sa left, ilisa na nag-cancel.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Shit.
So we can keep the shift sa right. Replace shift key with cancel key.
Yeah. Below sa enter. Pwede gani, ilis na ang enter na ang cancel.
Yeah. Pwede rapod.
Yeah.
Pwede rapod.
Bati asa nanay. Nag-enter ni mga yawa na cancel.
Ayan, na-cancel.
Login.
Oh shit, na-cancel si Keanu Reeves.
Fuck, unsa man ako.
Oh no.
Alt F4. Control Z.
Yawa, restart, control alt delete.
Control Z lang. Control Z ba? Basta na ay ma-cancel. Buang na keyboard.
Mga kuan, mailis po ang control C. Di na ka pwede mo copy.
Shit,
ganun. Kay control C, another shortcut man for cancel.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So mo highlight ra ka sa like let's take Jake Paul, right? Jake Paul, control C, automatic cancel na siya.
Oh fuck.
Tanan platforms.
Pati anay.
Lagi?
Asa ka mas mo gamit, control V or C? Pagpili, ani lang. Pagpili.
Ano sabi? You cannot control V if you... You cannot control V.
Asa imong pilion, basta duha. Asa imong mawagtangan ng control C og V.
What's the...
Pwede naman ka maka-highlight niya, i-copy.
understand.
Control V. Pero asa mong...
I would get rid of control V. Because copying... I would get rid of control V.
Control V ang
Yeah.
imuhang kwaon.
Because it's so easy to just highlight and then control C. Right? And then paste. Normally you're already clicking somewhere. Na it's just a blank space. And then you can just right click paste.
Yeah.
Diba? It's
True,
still more
true.
efficient.
Gani.
Yeah.
Pero kani, kwaon ng control Z
Uh-huh.
or kwaon ng control C and V?
Again.
Asa ka mas pilion ba? Kwaon ng control Z
Uh-huh.
or kwaon ang both control C and V?
Oh shit. I think I have to get rid of control C and V.
Yeah, di ba?
Yeah,
Diba?
I think so. Because when you do control Z, you're normally undoing a lot of things.
Gani ba?
You don't do control Z, control C, control V.
Gani.
Diba? It would take slightly more time to do the same thing with the mouse if you want to copy and paste.
Yeah.
But control Z, di ko ka-imagine ba, naka sa Photoshop or naka sa Premiere.
Bay, fuck, kung wala
No
yung control Z bay, paminaw ko, dili
Yeah.
nagig ko mag-design gid.
Yeah.
Di na ko mag-drawing.
There's no way, man.
Di mada. Imagine kapila ko mo control Z. Like every
And
stroke sa online.
How many times, Jude, especially ikaw kay mo-draw ka,
Oh.
how many times na if you're with a brush,
Oh.
mag-repeat ka nga na,
Gani.
especially like shading sa dot,
Yeah.
mga dots, it's like that, di ba?
Aka naging line art. Nag-line mo. Fuck, control Z. Light.
Yeah.
Control Z.
Kapuya,
Sige ko
right-click.
control Z for 5 minutes hantod makuha na akong perfect na line.
Gani,
If walay control Z, ambot lang. Pila ko ka oras mahuman. Di ba?
Yeah. So speaking of keyboards, undoing and canceling, cancel key. So next on the list, Shang-Chi is canceled.
How? Karon pa ko kadungogan ng ano.
Shang-Chi is canceled because of Awkwafina, who is
Who
the
the fuck?
actress in Shang-Chi.
Why? Ano man?
Okay, so Awkwafina, Asian siya na actress, if you don't know.
Di ba mo, siya na ang nasa Crazy Rich Asians?
Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
She's the best friend sa Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
So, ang nahitabo is, she made a comment na she doesn't want to do any typical Asian accent because it feels like it belittles like their entire culture. Well, our entire culture because we're also part of it. Yeah, here's the thing. So, yung accent, her normal speaking accent is normally mura siyag black na accent, which they call black scent. And apparently, because she's Asian and that's the way she talks, she's culturally appropriating the black culture is what they call black accent. So here's the fucked up part. Because she's not from China. She's not from, I don't know, Vietnam. She's from fucking Queens.
Fuck.
Yeah. So that's the way she talks.
Yeah.
If she's raised there, how can you accuse her of like mocking like culturally appropriating a culture when that's practically her culture too?
Yeah.
Like she's been surrounded.
I don't really get it, kid boy. I mean, I get like naiwan tao mo often like appropriation minana ba. Pero dili na ko mag-get na kanaganing na ma-offend na to the point na brag feel nila personal gig kaya ba. Na kanaganing sure ko no. Na kanaganing mang-cancel nila na like parang litan kung ako tong na-offend na unsa nagiday kalo ang akong life na ma-offend ko sa naay tao na nailaing accent na gisunod ang ako ba.
Gani.
Wag ka ba unsa nakabugo ang unsa imong gibuhat?
Did you go gets by?
Kanaganing ma-offend ka para na. And imagine na pag sure gid ko ang nang cancel niya dili lang katong naapod sulod sa culture na iyang brag sort of na attack. Katupong uban na katong nabi ng mga white people ba na kana ganing mga SJW gani na mang cancel. And imagine that na offend ka para for someone.
Yeah.
What?
It's so ang mga comments sa Twitter bullshit kayo ba? They're like saying, no one's going to watch your movie, Shang-Chi. Boycott Shang-Chi.
Fuck you, man. Kabawgi, bisang ako ikaw, kabawgi ka. Unsa gid ko kaapas gid ng Shang-Chi gani.
The whole premise was Awkwafina is anti-black. And what I don't get is that if she talks like black people, right? Wouldn't that mean that she's pro black people if she's like a part of it?
People are stupid.
I don't understand.
Yeah, di sa ko kag abot lang dili na ko magets ang ilang utok gid by as in like unsa man ilang hunahuna na maabot sila sa point na mo nilang gihunahuna ba?
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
If ka ba tingali guro wala sila kabalo sa full story guro and like nisakay lang sila kung
maybe they just thought like Asian siya and she's not actually raised in that environment. But she is. She's from Queens.
Fuck.
So bugo lagi kayo ba?
Lagi?
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch Shang-Chi.
Mo si nakabati sa cancel culture. Bisag inani ha.
And it's one person.
Yeah.
It's one person.
Insulti na to She really is anti-black. Let's just say like in lang ba?
If she really is.
Like,
yeah.
If she really is.
Yeah.
I would still watch the whole movie
because
we should different.
We should separate the art from the artist.
Yeah. Also, ang ba? It's not just like iyahan ng production. It's not like siya ang main gani.
She's not even the main character.
Gani, di ba? Siya ba si Shang-Chi?
No.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Dili. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's really stupid. Like,
it's like...
anong i-cancel ang whole show?
Like, just another one. Like, Aquaman. Would you stop watching Aquaman?
No.
Yeah.
I hate Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Pero, I would still watch.
Exactly.
I still like her character sa kanang kuan.
Yeah.
Kay nga naman, iya man ang gi-play na character. Ang iyang gi-play na character dili man na siya mismo.
It's not her.
It's not like she's playing Amber Heard sa movie.
Yeah.
Yung hello, ako man ako si Amber Heard. It's really stupid yun.
True. If they were like supporting her as a person, that's something else.
Oh, yeah.
That's something else. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, dako mo ng production. Luoy kayo if i-cancel ang movie, daghan kayong maamong ba?
Daghan jud kayo.
Gani.
Kaya, you're belittling others' work.
Gani.
Yeah.
And if imo nang i-cancel lang Shang-Chi tungod lang atong like tungod lang kay sa tumbayan na Awkwafina.
Yeah.
Akong pangutanon ba, do you like kanang si kisa na naghimo gani sa sa Marvel Comics?
Stanley.
Yeah. Ako pa like nindot kay pangitanong, do you like Stanley? If mosulti sila yes, then why are you hating this character, man?
Gani.
Why would you cancel a movie na gikan sa like legacy ni kanang kuan ba?
Yeah.
Ni Stanley.
Yeah.
Like, it's really stupid yun.
And this whole cancel culture, just showing that one, it's like no one is really safe, man. It's like that's such a small thing.
Yeah. Like,
Gamay
inana na jud ka kuan ba gamay na naging makansela na.
Gani bay.
Like nayo ba na shit makansel gid daan ni mag-joke na ba? Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Pwede ka makansel jud bitawan na.
Yeah.
And you thought like it was a joke lang ba na pag makansel daan ni. Pero pwede jud kayo. As long tingali ko kung sikat jud kay ka, people will find a way to cancel sa you.
Yeah.
Bisa ka nang feel nila unreasonable naman kani cancel siya para ani pero I don't really like her so let's cancel her.
Gani bay.
Yeah.
Gani.
Like same with kanang kuan like kanang giterm na feminazis gani. I support feminists.
Oh, I support feminazis.
No, I support feminists ilang kung unsa ilang kanang goal jud ba. Same ra man sa goal sa kanang kuan sa kanang
feminazis.
Same ra sa goal sa kana ganing ang feminist man good like ang goal ba kay equality man sa tanan. It's not really for girls lang, di ba? It's for boys man said like to learn ba kung how to treat gid ba.
True.
Like it makes us mga feminists like ang
the
OG
whole
gid na the whole point is to make not the world like not the girls live better place, also to make men better ba. And ang the thing about like feminazis man good, it's very
centered on just high, like putting females above
Yeah. And also
others.
not also that, like ang pinaka worst pagid na kana ganing ilang gi-cover ang ilang hate sa man with the term feminist. They're
True.
not really feminists, they just hate men.
It's like the girl version of incel in a way. Diba?
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
The only difference is the motive, but the result is the same.
Gani.
Diba? Incels end up hating women,
Yeah.
and feminazis end up hating men.
Shit.
So you look down on incels. Why don't you look down on them?
Dagan mo like kanang kuan gid like, activist gid na feminist balik. If imagine panimbanan balik, ang ilang goal is really different to compared sa ganing sige kanang protest gani like kanang grabe ka active sa Twitter. Like kung unsa lang goal, kanang women can do this too. Daghan kay sige ingon na ba?
Yeah.
Pero maminaw lang gid legit gid na feminist. Dili gid mainly kanang nag-surround lang sa ang ilang point ba not really mainly towards sa ganing girls lang.
Yeah.
It's towards the society good on how we should treat the girls ba? Yun na ba?
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
diba?
Yeah.
There's no point on attacking men.
Yeah. Well, depends. Depends
Depends.
for what. Go after incels. Well,
at least
it really
incels
depends.
just don't wanna interact with women.
Yeah.
They just hate women. It's not like na ba kayo nakitang incel nag-protest?
No.
Nagpagawa silang nagpagawa silang utin niya dito sa kanang nabay mga feminazis pa nagpagawa silang tutoy. We can do this too. Nagkay kuan. Nabay incel nagpagawa silang utin sa dagandagan sa Daniel. I hate women.
Shit. Speaking of that, kita ka sa katong video of a guy na flash sa iyang junk in front of a feminist rally.
Shit. Yeah. Wala ko kita na.
Gigukod siya. Or he stayed on like some rooftop or something. Or iya na pud gi-flash balik. Kaya bitaw eh.
It's like say like kana ganing kuan. If na vegetarian na kanang ba protest ba. Katong kana ganing na magka-mate. Sa tubangan jud ba. Pero at least sa mga vegetarians like na-limit sa ilahang kung unsa sila ka-aggressive ba. Pero kato gigukod yun.
Bro. Nakatawanan kayo ba yung video? Fuck. I think he went too far though because if I'm remembering correctly, I might be butchering the story pero like nangihi pa siya. Kaya lagi atay kayo.
Bro.
Yeah, so okay, getting down to like canceling and society. So we have something to talk about.
Saan man?
Diba?
Saan man?
How people view beliefs in general.
Shit.
And we have something to say.
Sige.
Well, I don't know if he wants to talk about it first, but I will.
Ikaw
So I am coming out
today
as atheist.
Woo! Bomb drop.
As atheist.
Not really bomb drop. Like
Yeah,
everyone's watching this already know you're
yeah. But I think it's just interesting because Philippines is like what 95% Christian.
I don't know.
Around that, more than 90 for sure. 95% Christian, and it's a very religious country.
Yeah.
Right? People go to mass every Sunday. If not, they're still heavily spiritual.
Yeah.
And growing up as an atheist, I wonder how people perceive it here because we have our perspective, but and maybe there's a lot of people who might feel. I think it can be dangerous, Mongo, not to talk about any problem that you have.
Yeah.
Right.
Gani.
You can go in a deep depression, especially the first interaction you have when you kind of have to let this out or maybe hide it from them is really your family.
Yeah.
And a lot of families here are very Christian. Diba?
Yeah.
So it's when you see how Christian they are, it can almost result to you like, okay, maybe I don't want to say this to my family. So I don't want to say this to my family, and you get in the habit that maybe I shouldn't tell this to my friends, maybe I shouldn't tell this to other people, and then you end up with this thing. It's like you don't agree with the majority of people, and that can lead to um, a bad habit of not talking about your problems.
Yeah.
And I think the freedom to say what you really feel and imong mga opinions, it's important to
Yeah.
have this conversation for yourself and for humanity in general. Diba?
Mainly yourself.
Mainly yourself.
Yeah.
Mainly yourself.
Yeah.
But
Like,
no, I just think
you should stop lying to yourself, man, good.
Mhm.
Like, stop pretending ba kung unsa jud ang imong kanya ni.
Yeah.
Kayang by the end of the day, man, good, kay kana ganing ikaw ra gyapon, like you're protecting your kanang self from
Mhm.
like mausab ilang tan-aw nimo, brag sort of like harm. Pero you're harming yourself doing that man gyapon, good.
Yeah.
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 So that's why, like, I'm not telling like na yung mga atheists na naminaw, like mo come out sila, ilang isulti silang parents na mom, dad, I'm an atheist. I'm not really saying that yang it's not para nako good dili worth it, pero ano ya, first nimo isulti or like before you decide ba kung unsa mong buhaton na karong atheist na ka, you should think about yourself more ba. Okay ra ba ko na kanang dili lang nako sultian akong parents, or okay ra ba ko na ako silang sultian ba?
Yeah.
Like imo sa ging hunahon ba kay nga it's bisag ka ng bati na you don't tell your parents na atheist ka. If an atheist gig ka, you should really stop caring about kung unsa gid ay ang imuhang kuan ba, like unsa gid ang religion gid para sa imuhang kuan ba, kay imo na ba yung remove ba, di ba?
Yeah.
So bisag ka nang naay right ang imong parents makabalo na atheist na ka, may pa like ang akong suggest just let's just do things like yung mga atheists may nana, like just be an atheist. You don't have to tell your parents.
Mhm.
They will know like why like nganon mangutana na gani sila na kana ganing nganong dili naman kamo kuyog na mo sa mass. Di ba minana? Then tell them ayaw sila pakiliti ba na karon like wala pa sila kabalo ba, musulti lang dayon ka na atheist ka. Of course malain gina nagsabot, makalitan gina sila na.
Yeah.
Pero mao na ako suggestion na wait lang sa gid na manotice na nila na atheist ka. Then tell them.
Yeah. Because maybe you don't want to like drop a bomb on them.
Gani. It's really heavy man gid kay ako gani katong pag sulti na ako sa akong lula ato. Nihilak ko akong lula good. Like manginana ba, then ako shit. And it was I thought it was the right timing too. So like sipyat sa kwarto kuwang pa jud ay. Pero kana ganing ayaw lang gid pakiliti mo parents, especially like
it's just also guys, I know, speaking from experience, I know how frustrating it can be, put.
Yeah.
Because you are lying to yourself when you still go around, you're with other people that really believe, and you end up becoming frustrated bitaw. It's like I don't believe in this and I have to play along with your beliefs.
That's why why I'm saying na you don't have to.
And my advice also is that try not to lash out too, because if you keep hiding it in, you're gonna come to a point where it's like you're gonna get frustrated, and you cross the line and you go like, you know what, I hate this, I'm done with this.
I've seen a lot of atheists like that, dude.
Yeah.
Na bisag ako na experience bisa na nako kana ganing.
Oh, same.
Kay imagine na like sa mga dili atheists, like you should understand sa mga atheists, bisag you think atheists are wrong, you should understand ba na kung unsay na feel sa atheist ba. Kaya ako atheist man ko, murag inani ba na kana ganing, imagine I thought my whole life was a lie gani.
Yeah.
Nakashit abi gina ko para nako na kani ang sakto, pero karon fuck, so na makakraday mo ako na feel. I'm not saying I'm right na ba, pero mo ako na feel na, bro. I felt like I'm lied to ba. And imagine if mo na ang imong experience ba, ay guman like dili lang about like if God exists or religion, like anything, like imagine like your whole life you're being lied to ba, kung sa mo ma-feel ana, di ba?
Yeah, this whole thing of I also think it's important to talk about how people reacted to your beliefs, diba? Because I think it's pretty I think it's safe to say na rare ni siya na sitwasyon. Diba? For do you meet a lot of atheists? Maybe
it's really rare, pero sa una, like, I don't really know na what my belief was like called atheism ba. I didn't know like I was an atheist. I just thought sa like bata pa ko ba na brag di magid tinuod ang kanang religion and God stuff minana ba. So pero katong pag dako na nako, then na realize na ko like na come up ni nako na word kining atheist ba. Kaya growing up in Philippines ba, like as a child, you will not hear the word atheist. Like legit. If why mo sultin mo like
they don't want because they don't want to
talk about
They don't want to talk about
it. So mao wala sa kabalo na atheist na dai ko ba. And mao to pag katong atheist na ko, then dito na sa ko nag-start na kanang meet like na met na ako other people na atheist pag kitungod sa kana ganing na may mga Facebook group good sa like sa Philippines na kaning patas Philippine Association of something about
Philippine Association of Atheists.
Like something about like humanist group ba.
Okay.
And nasa kaning kuan like kanang Atheist Republic Philippines. Nasa Atheist Republic Cebu kanang kuan group gihapon. Daghan man jud, especially sa Cebu, like wa ko mag-expect na daghan di ay. And mo to pag sa internet nag-expected ko na daghan gyud sa internet of course. Pero wala ko nag-expect na diri sa Pilipinas na daghan. And pero to be expected sa halos nila tanan kay closet gid.
Yeah.
Like daghan ko na meet sa Discord ng mga taga Pilipinas pod na kana ganing dili lang sila masulti silang parents gid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's because they're too scared of how people will react. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Najoy uban that will look at it in a bad way.
Oh yeah, naman should.
I don't want to call people out po na kinsa sa akong life naging ana, but they because I think we have to get rid of this misconception that because you're atheist, you don't have a moral code.
Yeah.
And I don't know. For me, I consider myself as perfect. No. I don't consider No. I consider myself as I try to do the ethical thing, and I do have morals.
Yeah.
And maybe in some cases, maybe more so than others. Because I really want to try and do the right thing. And for me, it doesn't come from a place of fear. I'm not saying this is the case for everyone who's religious, but from what I saw, I saw that a lot of people were doing this because of fear, right? And I think fear is a really good motivator for people to take action. But for me, it's not from a place of fear. It's genuine.
It's just for me as an atheist, religion doesn't really work for me ba?
Yeah.
Okay, if mo work pa na akong religion ba, I don't care believing about God. Ang kabaw ka unsa ka dili worth it, my atheist.
It's not worth it
at all. It's not really worth. It's not like among gipili ba na shit. Mag-atheist ko kay this sounds cool. I'm different.
Or like you know what? Fuck the church. I don't want to waste my Sundays.
Gani minana ba? It's not really that.
It's like I'm atheist. I can do anything now. Diba? No, it's not like that.
Kabalo mo kung unsa ka lisod. Like if kabalo lang mga taba kung like before they judge atheists ba, kung kabalo pa lang sila kung unsa day kalisod like living in a society ba as an atheist, like bisag ang di ba like na ang LGBT di ba, some say makaanat na oppress sila di ba, like na mga ang uban pong girls oppressed pod sila mga feminist yung mga pong naay kanang activist pod sa kanang gender mga nana ba gender equality, pero nindot man paminawon na naay activist sa gender, nasa activist sa mga babae. Pero ikaw,
you activist for atheism?
For activist for atheism, ganahan ba mo makadungog ana?
No.
Kaya, if na activist for atheism, immediately sulti mga tao, like not really tanan pero musulti gid majority na that's a work of the devil.
Yeah.
That's why it's really hard because we can't even fight for ourselves. We can't really defend ourselves. We just have to accept na lang na this is
the way it works.
The way it works na naagani ubang school na dili gani kakakuha sa imong diploma kung dili ka mo kumpisal.
Exactly.
Napay uban na daghan kay balik kami na lang ang mo adjust ba.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah. Kami na lang jud mo adjust.
Kaya ang dili man pwede na like magpareha sa mga LGBT na let's kanang like ibutang na tong voice dito para kanang okay maminaw sila na oppressed ta minana ba. And maminaw na sila kay ang sakto man na dapat dili ta mo oppress nila.
Yeah.
Pero ang mga atheists na ipang-oppress, para nila lain man paminaw kay tungod against man sa ilahang religion. That's why ang LGBT po they're having a more hard time than the feminist. Kay sa religion like mas nihugot man ang religion good sa kanang kuan gani having other gender ba.
No, and people take it too seriously too. You know, people take it too personally, I think.
Yeah.
Because just because we're atheists, it doesn't mean we're gonna start telling other people like, why are you believing in God? Fuck religion.
We can't really say to other kanang atheists pag kinamag yung mga nana sa atheists.
There are, which I understand. People always highlight the bad in every group.
Gani.
Right?
Pero most atheists dili man inana.
It's not like that. No, I think it's not even a problem of like atheists are cast out. I think it's just a general understanding and a general acceptance of any belief.
Gani misconcept gani kung unsa gid ka as a person ba.
Like, let me ask you something. Do Christians here at least go to a Muslim guy and tell them you're wrong, you should believe in our Bible?
Gani.
And no, they don't. But
wala.
then when they come to atheists, it's like, no, you should believe in.
And imagine
what makes us any different.
And imagine almost every religion does that to us.
Yeah.
And it's really hard sad yun guy.
But I'm not saying that there's no problems between other each
we're
other religions because obviously it exists.
That's
why I think it's not just an atheism problem. It's generally an acceptance of beliefs.
Yeah.
That's the major problem. Like people should understand that not everyone is gonna think like you. That's what I understand too. When I realized I was an atheist, I didn't go to other people and say like, this is what I found, I think you should stop. Diba?
Yeah.
Di man tayo nga na. No, it's like, okay, that's what other people believe in and we learn to respect it, right? It's all about respect.
You know the reasons why I got into debates atheism was because I just told them I'm an atheist and they engaged.
Same. It's not like we asked for it.
I just had to defend myself. And now I'm the wrong for saying those like kanang ba.
Now you're antagonized, callback, but antagonized for sharing your beliefs.
Yeah.
When you were the one who instigated the whole debate.
There are atheists na kanang kuan na mga activists pero mostly are antagonists. The people I'm an atheist antagonist.
There's I forgot the name, but like really like rejecting atheist. There's agnostic atheist. Napoy antagonist atheist. Kami guys, call me protagonist atheist.
Protagonist atheist.
Yeah.
Pero mostly ako like I'm an atheist but I don't really care.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. I'm the same.
I don't care if naimusultin ako. You're not really an atheist. You're agnostic.
They're agnostic atheist.
Yeah. Pero sa ko ba na nagdako ko na na-learn ako na na-the word na atheist. Pero wala ko ipaki kung unsay title na ako.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care if you call me atheist or unsay like itawag nila na ako demonyo ba unsa ba? Because I know what I believe in, and if unsay kanang kung musulti ko na atheist ni because na ako ang kagalingon definition sa atheist ba. Don't just generalize ba na abi atheist ko same na ko pareha sa tanang atheist pod na ka storya pod ba.
Everyone even has different reasons for why they believe in what they believe. It's the same thing for us. Ours is maybe slightly different.
This is the reason why you should judge people individually ba.
Individually. And not maybe stop judging people for their backgrounds and beliefs, but start judging people for their actions.
Gani. For their like kung kinsa gid sila mismo ba.
Yeah.
Wala ka na shit atheist siya. So that means pareha sa ato siyang atheist na katong nangaway na ako ba na. Fuck no. Like we don't even support other atheists.
Yeah. You know what? We're not saying that, like all of us are respectable.
Yeah.
Or even respecting. Because I know some atheists that we're really like kanang antagonist.
Gana.
They really tried to spread it.
Gana.
And so I understand why there's all this hate, but at the same time, there's a lot of Christians because their whole thing is about spreading the word of God, right? And sometimes maybe
anyone remember Crusade?
Yeah, does anyone remember Crusade?
Should we just forget about Crusade?
Knights of the Templar, dude. Shit, man.
Should we just ignore that?
Yeah, exactly.
Recently, karon lang gani, should we just ignore the reason why the Jews are kicking out
True.
Palestine?
True.
Should we just like ignore that? Like the reason why?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, there's a lot of reasons why, like there's a reason a man can be an atheist. You shouldn't just like imong nanakay kagulingon imong reason ba? Like nanakay generalize ba? What's the reason why na atheist sila?
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah. So, I mean, what this boils down to is really respect people judge people on who they really are.
Yeah.
Not based on their beliefs. Because, guys, I'm just gonna say, I'm really sick of like every time something bad happens to me, and someone I know that is Christian comes to me says, it's because you don't believe in God.
Yeah.
And why can't you just respect my decision?
Gani.
Like my belief, it's not what I'm doing does not affect you.
Yeah.
I think as long as you're not hurting anyone, you're free to do whatever you want.
Gani. Mo gani ako naganan pud sa akong family karon ba kay kana ganing. Sa una kay ang ilang maging i-fit in good man na. Karon naga pud gamay pero like ilang nang i-minimize ba na kana ganing. Ibot ang taron like magstorya. Yan appeal ko sa conversation ba. Igaw man magstorya sila about kanang ba like something supernatural or God inana ba. Ang akong auntie din like mo immediately balik musulti sa about like God plan na naka-forget sa na atheist day ko like iyang i-adjust ba kung sa akong beliefs ba. And I really like that na kana ganing like nagi-respect ba na kana okay like nice and like
that's really good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Kaya ang sa una kay I get nang anong like ilasang assertive kay sila sa akong kan sa una kay ako minsan sa una assertive man pud ko sa ako ang like akong pagka-atheist ba because like usually basta kasagaran sa mga atheist basta bago pa sila na atheist they're really aggressive. Like people should kanang expect that na mga atheist na bago pa they are really kanang aggressive yun.
Yeah.
Diba?
That's true. I'm glad na I did it. I'm glad na dilito akong journey, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I would have regretted it, really.
Gani.
Because if you're like that, it's like you have no right to complain about Christians forcing their beliefs on you. If you're practically doing the same, that just makes you a hypocrite.
Gani. Pero mao gani like kanang mao gani pero ang nakakuan gyud na good. Usually mga atheists good face ra maguna nila na inana good. Kaya eventually ma-realize nila ba na what they're doing is like most of the gibuhat sa kanang ilang like ilang against ba then mong usually like ma-change pod na kanang okay dili na like aggressive ano nila like kung sa akong beliefs ba.
True.
Kaya like been there done that sa deko. So makana lang ko na pero if na atheist din na just be who you are like don't lie to yourself. Like ayalag kanang kuan good open up sa mong parents na atheist ka. They'll know that's your parents man.
Well, I would say adjust to the situation. Adjust to the situation. Do what you think is right. But I think don't just be aware ba na what your decision and how it's gonna affect you personally.
Like be kanang like dapat in control ka sa situation.
In control.
Na kana gani kung unsa mo decision na okay mo adjust ko kung unsa lang gibuhat like kabaw ko ako ning gibuhat pero kanang kuan gani like you're aware na you don't believe it ba. Diba? Kaya namang ibang parents like namang ibang atheist giba na like mahadlok jud ba na kana gani mo come out kaya nagi uban like mugo like nagi ubang pamilya na mugo as far na kana ganing ilahan ang i-disown ang ilang anak. So that's why makasabot sa gigo ba kay
if ako no
if ako papilion ko ang ako bang beliefs or ang akong relationship sa akong
relationship of course.
Ang relationship king ang moment lisod gid ba ka na i-build up ba niya ang kanang ako nya kanang akong beliefs pwede man na ako makimkim ra nako. I can just be I could still believe that Di ba?
But
Without telling them.
here's the thing. Here's the other part of it. If the guy who turned atheist was using it as an excuse to like, as an excuse to sin, right?
Yeah.
Then from the perspective of the family, seeing it like that, where it's like, it's because he's atheist. It's kind of justified because that's all they know.
Yeah.
So that I can understand.
Ganun.
But if the guy was atheist and he was doing nothing wrong, then that's where it becomes unjustified.
Ganun.
And so I realized that there's a lot of families there now. He's an atheist. No, more na bitawg. They have they shun his problems. Ilang i-undermine iyang problema because they will blame it on his disbelief.
Yeah.
And that is so wrong.
And still bisag I think bisag kanang sa Pilipinas lang, even if like kita dire tanan dili gid religious na country, namang good like culture good na kana ganing mental health. Like it's not really important. It's not really that. It's another
we can
whole
get into
topic.
that.
Good.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's
how
a
much
really
time
whole,
do we have left? No. Time left?
Because you started 3:56.
3:56. Okay, we can get into it. Mental health.
Mental health.
Yeah.
Kaya ang like connected yapon siya.
Yeah, it is.
Sa
It is.
sa
Yeah.
like may nanagid. Pero dire ko sa Pilipinas namang gid ang atong culture gud namang gid problema gid sa mental health gud. Kay wala gid kay ta nag-focus gid sa kanang mga panghuna-huna gid sa mga kwan ba kay para nato kay ang kita ba like nagdako ba like ang Pilipinas ba like it's a third world country ganing sukad sa una na kana ganing kung unsay sakit ka naging makita nimo na samad nginana ba mo gisakit para nato kay ang sukad sa una we're fighting for our freedom ba
Yeah.
di ba
Yeah.
mong kasagaran boomers makagets ko nila kay ang mo feel nila na kanang mental health kay dili sakit because they suffered mentally
Real
more
hardship.
hardship ba
It's more like physical hardship.
and na say mental hardship
There is.
ilahang
It's
pero
because
ilahang
of
na-conquer ba kay tungod kung unsa sa gid
it's
dapat
because of situational.
Yeah.
And a lot of mental illness is really internal.
gana
You know, it's a lot of the time, it's not even too much caused by external factors.
mao ang mga boomers dili ka gets na dili like mga gagmay butang ma-depressed ta kay ang sila sa una dagko kay butang
Yeah.
they have to deal with it man
They have
so
to
that's
deal
why
with
they
it.
don't get it ba na what ma-depress ka ani
Yeah.
diba I get that na naa sila na ba pero they should still be aware na naagya po'y harm towards being kanang kuan ba like depression ba diba so kay ang like it's factual man daghan
And
kay
it's
kanang
the
harm
same.
yun.
It's the same. Like going back to the religion, how they brush it off. It's like any problem you have, it's
Yeah.
because you don't believe in God.
Lagi
And
sa
this
religion
one-
ginay problema
And
gina
in mental illness, it's like no, it's just because you're not grateful for what you have.
yeah
You know,
Yeah.
and it's like they don't understand that mental illness is not a thing. It happenstance your situation could lead to mental illness,
yeah
but oftentimes it's an underlying
ila
problem.
magong i-compare ang unsay netabo nila sa una
Nila and to
karon
them.
mabitaw nang na-meme na kana ganing sa una mo adto mi eskwelahan sus mo agi pa migdagan kay bungtod like magkuan
Yo, like para lang ako na makaadto ko sa eskwela, I have to cross through a volcano, na lava,
Yeah,
na mga
shit.
sharks and shit.
yes
Like my struggle was real. But
You get
one thing na boomers have to realize, or really anyone, problems are relative.
Yeah.
Your experience is relative.
yan
I can feel like, incredibly like it's haunting, something that
Yeah.
is so traumatic for me, and maybe that's just something like I had a bad night of drinking.
Yeah.
But someone else could be experiencing the same thing in war but feel the exact same thing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm feeling, because
yan
the way we experience it is relative.
it's not really like the amount of kanang pain na dawat nimo it's just like mentally ba
It's
kung
mentally,
how
yeah.
mentally stressing it is for your kanang kuan ba
For yourself.
gani
Yeah, it's mental illness is something that's very personal. So
Yeah.
you can never really compare. Like we both have problems.
Yeah.
And it's like pataas ang ihi ba? Where you go like akong problem ba like na drop out ko sa kanina class and then mo na ako ajud ba gi-fire ko sa akong job? Like it's like we could be feeling the exact same thing.
Exact same thing. Like ang heaviness para nato ba is really pariharag level kay para nato like we feel the same thing about kanang ba like what happened ba bisag unsa pa kada kong problema like unsa akong problema bisag gamay para nimo kay ang kung unsa ko na feel about ana ba kay para nako kung para nimo imong trabaho important kayo like it's and like if you think about it trabaho compared sa school kay mas mas higher gid ang trabaho gid in instance ba
but your situation is just different
like different man situation gani ba may dapat sabton ba kaya sa mga boomers ba ilang situation lahi man sa una lahim sa datong situation karon
different generation pa jud it's not even the same environment
gani
if we have a hard time relating how much more the disparity in years
gani ina mo ana sila na sa una muskwila mi like matamig sayo kay layo kay miglakawon kami ngano maglakaw man mi
gani na may jeep
unsa man gusto
na angkas na grab
unsa may gusto namon inyong buhaton like among buhaton maglakaw pod mi ya ko malit mi kasaban magyapon mi
gani
like lahi ang situation man gud may dapat nila sabton
because I'm sure if we lived at that same time we would be experiencing the same level that they were experiencing it.
But I'm sure na nasa gid yung mga ungrateful gid yung mga bata. Lagi na ka mga spoiled gid kay ba. Fuck, nasa gid mga inana mo makagets po like na ma-compare mga inana ba.
And I hate this fucking culture too of like I like that mental illness nowadays there's a spotlight on it. So because people are starting to realize that people don't take it seriously and maybe it's time we take it seriously. But people meme the shit out of mental illness, man. People meme the shit out of it and now I think a lot of people also glorify having mental illnesses. Which is the sad thing. Now it kind of makes our situation even worse. Because now people are using it like I have this, I take Xanax, I take Adderall.
That's why like that's why like nasa like dagan ka sa Facebook ka na ganing katong niuso sa una ka na maglaslas ba. Iguman ilang i-post sa ilang story, like ilang MID ba. Iguman na day
13 reasons why. That too.
No. Oh shit, I think so. Yeah,
the girl died and like I felt like that glorified it a bit because they made it look cool.
Gani.
You know?
Kinda look cool. Kaya nindot man sa like sa story wise ba, di ba? Pero ang mga tao dagdagan kay like shit kita sila to na uban like wala kita like they just think ba na depressed mas siguro ko
and people confuse it too. We should not confuse depression
attention seeking and depression. Also attention seeking is also a problem. It is also a problem pero it's a problem that they brought to themselves ba.
Depression and sadness is also different.
Yeah.
Depression is a mental illness, right? So is anxiety. Sadness, on the other hand, is just sadness. It's temporary.
It's fucking normal, man.
It's normal to be sad. You could be sad for a long period of time. It doesn't mean you have depression. My advice is whatever you have, seek professional help.
Yeah. Bisa ka ng attention seeking lang ka like you feel na dapat yung it's also a problem and sad. Usually sa kanang depression o sa attention seeking kasagaran sa mga depressed people they're aware that they're depressed but attention seeking people they don't know.
They don't know.
Why would they post fucking shit like that if they're aware na attention seeking sila?
As because both of us nakaagi man jud ta ana, right? Attention seeking.
Of course.
No. I mean mental illness.
Like naagi tay level gid na nakaagi gid tag attention seeking gid ba?
Attention seeking, but I don't think I didn't use my like
wala
mental
na
illness because
when
I actually experienced mental illness, I experienced the adverse effects of this whole attention seeking culture. Diba? Because I went through mental illness and I knew I had it. I mean, na-diagnosed na ba ako pag high school pa. And so, I knew I had it, but I didn't use it as anything. And people mostly brush it off as like, you're gonna be okay. And people try to blame it on back again to my religion. like my beliefs.
Yeah.
And then
Fuck,
it's like maybe
kato
I'm
lagi
just
down, mao lagi tong down kay ko like sa una ba.
Yeah,
Katong down kay ko
yeah.
nagingnan lang ko na shit, maybe because like wala na kanito na Ginoo, you
Yeah.
should find Jesus in your like life.
and
I mean,
it just feeds itself, you know,
Yeah.
it just builds up your frustration.
yeah.
And it doesn't make it good for your mental health.
Yeah.
And sa akong situation, I didn't want to use my mental health in a way for like seeking attention, but I realized at some point maybe I really need help because it just kept getting worse. But the fact that people kept bringing this whole ideology in, maybe if I believed in something, I wouldn't feel this way. I wouldn't have this problem. And so it just fed itself. And then maybe people thought maybe he's just like seeking attention.
Yeah.
But then, so nobody actually believed me until it got to the tipping point na bitaw. At one point, I
it's
was
also,
having...
it really makes also really hard for like katonaji.
That's
like
what I'm getting
atheist,
to.
atheist. Like nagi ka ng
mental illness.
mental illness ba? Kaya ang para nila, ang mga tao dili naman motuo nila ba?
Dili man na matuo.
Gani. And what, namoy balik, dili beta. Kabaw mo sa kalisod gani mas psychologist. Kabaw mo like, pila ka klase na depression ang naa. O pila ka klase na unsaon pag-treat ang klase-klase pong depression pod. And people just say, you're attention seeking lang.
Yeah.
No, you're not qualified to tell that
You're not
guy.
qualified.
Yeah,
Not qualified at all.
Gani.
And plus, do you think that's gonna make them any better?
Gani.
Okay. No, think of it logically, right? Disregard all the factors, but that person comes to you, tells you, I have a mental illness. You could A, believe that person, or B, not believe him. But in either of those two situations, do you think telling him like, it's nothing, you're just attention seeking?
Yeah.
Do you think in either situation it would make it better?
Gani. If wala gani ka kabalon sa buhaton, no? Either just don't do anything.
Yeah.
Or just like be with them lang.
Or maybe just be a decent friend, a decent family member.
Gani.
Maybe
Like,
do that.
And if sure na gid kay ka na attention seeking gid gani, be with them pero ayaw pansin na he's doing something na kana ganing grabe siya ka attention. Ibutang taron like mag-post siya og kanang depressing kind of stuff. Ayaw react dito. Pero if nasa i-post na kana ganing lingaw-lingaw lang, like just be with them, like act normal with them. Pero ayaw pansin na he's doing like kanang depression ba. You're aware about that. Pero just be with them lang gid.
Because either way, that person is going through a problem.
Gani.
It may not be a mental illness, but it still is a problem.
It still is a problem, and the best thing you can do is just be their friend.
Yeah.
Or be their like be a proper family member and just be like just be with them. Kanara gid ba?
Yeah.
Because like sila ra may mo open up niya ana ba? Like if unsa gid lang gibate ba? Then like you just talk it out.
And this always takes time too.
Gani.
Always takes time.
Yeah.
So just be understanding of others, guys.
Yeah. Maybe it's really hard for others na wala pud ka experience ba.
Yeah.
Kaya dili mo gid magets.
It could stem from a problem of like ignorance too.
Yeah, kana gid.
Yeah. Which is, which I think people should be aware of. Na maybe I don't know a lot about the situation, and this is an opportunity for me to learn and do something, make something good out of it.
Also na ko'y nakita like movie na buragan kan. Like it's untitled kay Bliss. Kita ka?
Wala pa.
You should.
Unsa'y story.
Ang story is like mindfuck kay siya. Pero psychological. Imagine ka na kato ganing imong sigig suggest na ako kato si Jim Carrey ang nagdala.
Oh, Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. It's like that.
Yeah.
Pero it's more like what is it? Kato ganing Inception.
So na siya action gamay or
no pero wala jigi ingon dito. Now the second world na lang they live in is actually true, and the world they live in is actually true. It's really up to you to what you believe in. Like unsa man tinuod para nimo ba? Like
it's an open to interpretation.
Yeah.
More like the movie The Lighthouse.
Open
to interpretation.
Pero it's more on kanang about para nako like it's really targeting like mental health pod ba. Kaya ang guy ato kaya nagdala kinsa ganin ang like voice ni Lightning McQueen.
Owen Wilson.
Siya man ang main actor pod. Dito. Yeah, like dito
Mm.
sa story niya kay bago lang sige buwagan sa iyang asawa. Iguman inana like grabe ka depressing yung naagian ba.
Yeah.
Iguman like na dito ni take sig drugs. Inana then nakaadto na sa glaing world.
Oh yeah. About this. When mentioning drugs, that's also the one thing. Keep ignoring people with mental illness. People with mental illness are more prone to drug addiction.
Yeah.
So be careful of that.
Majid.
I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bliss, I'll watch that.
You
I'll watch
should.
that for
You
sure.
should. Bago man na movie.
Bago ra.
Bago kayo.
Okay.
Basta
Nice.
ang nagda si Owen Wilson like oh shit si Owen Wilson lagi ni. I think I should watch this and then pag humana og tanaw. Holy shit man.
Okay.
Holy shit. Now
Nakatanaw
I
na
really
ka.
wanna watch it like Eternal Sunshine and
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, you should, man.
Yeah.
You should. I'll watch Bliss. Those movies I really like because makarelate man good ko piste kayo like
Yeah, buang mo siya guys.
It's sad to say so, but kinda, yeah.
Kinda. Like if
Kinda.
what's in your definition sa definition sa mental illness buang kani siya buang ni siya. Yawa oy.
Both literally and figuratively.
Bura lagi ka nang like mga Pinoy gani na mindset ka na gani. If unsay bisag unsa nasakit ba? Kanang bisa mo ubo lang ka. Bisa mo ubo lang ubo ra na. Pero daghan king klase, daghan king reason nga muubo ang isa ka tawo, daghan king klaseng sakit minan pero ang isulti giubo ra ka. Huwag ninana ba?
Gani.
Kanya if bisag unsang klase at tugag mental hospital magdakag ka ng normal ra na tao there is Filipinas ay mga inan unsa man na yan sakit buang. Kani siya unsa man na yan sakit buang. Unsa man na yan sakit buang. Pero daghan na kitong klaseng sakit ba na balik na kanang
PTSD
like daghan kay minana ba pero ilang definition na buang. Yeah, buang.
I think kuan na nino medical term na.
Yeah, medical term na.
So I'm
Matugog
I have
psychiatrist
some
ba?
bad news for you. So you have a serious case of buang.
Magpa-therapy session ka ba? Imagine ikaw ang kanang ikaw ang psychiatrist. Hello, doc.
Unsa man imong sakit dong? Unsa man imong problema dong?
Kanang naglisod na ko sa akong kinabuhi. Like feel na gid ako down gid ko karon ba. And bisag unsa akong buhaton like na may mga nindot mahitabo kinabuhi nako pero nganong feel gyapon ako down ko pero may ba.
So when was the last time you went to church?
Yeah, kumpisal na yun ay. Ano ang therapy session?
Okay. So wala ka ni ato sa simbahan.
Yeah, wala ko ni
So murag dong nanakay kaso sa na kining buang.
Ay hala. Shit.
Serious kay ni na problem
So unsa man akong i-take na medication san eh?
Kuan naman ito. Vicks Vapor.
Vicks Vapor Rub. Okay. Ipahid lang ni si Mundugan ang Vicks. Human maayo ra gyud ka.
Dog Vicks Vapor Rub niya. Kuan 3 Hail Marys.
Sa mga kita ka ng mga ganing mga fake na kuan ba ka na ganing mga quack doctors ba?
Yeah.
Bago yung maglago yung magtanaw yun.
Naman na sila sa kuan. Coming man na sila sa Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Shit.
Na sila Sanctum.
Fuck.
Sanctum sa Pilipinas.
Shit. Gabi sa. Lagi na bagang mga shaman.
Mga shaman, yeah.
Grabe ba?
Yeah.
Ganahan ko mamit. Magpatudlo ko. Magpatudlo ko kaya para masakit ko ba? Dali na lang. Magkuhan ako mantra ba? Gawin maayon ako, di ba? Shit. Imagine if inana ka sa yun.
Bye. Like kita mo ko trailer like sneak peek ba sa Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Unya Doctor Strange nindot kay mga powers and shit. Unya ang mga quack doctors na mga magkanang labay og aloe vera. Pak. Mga mango.
Fuck na yung mga kuan din.
Magkuan na marijuana din.
Grabe na yun. Maayo gid lang ko kanana.
Naayo jud.
Si Kwak, uno, kabantay ka Dr. Strange gikan ba sa pagka-doctor ba? Specialist na ba siya? Pero nga nung niundang man siya pagka-doktor, di ba?
Oh, shit.
Nga nung nagka ng mage man siya or something na, di ba? Kaya tungod, mas mo work.
Mas mo work
ang magic.
mas mo work ang magic.
Di ba? There's a reason, like, grabe ba ito kasikat na doktor si Khan ba? Strange ba? Di ba? Why did he stop, man?
That's why, tinood man na kay sa iyang sanctum ni Doctor Strange. That's why na siya yung mga butang. Kay ang mga butang na dito, na siya yung mga healing properties.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mga crystals.
Mga crystals, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, ang Infinity Stones gikan man na sa Kwak Doctor.
Oh shit, ang mga pinaka-powerful mga mga
powerful kayo bay.
Shit. Like mo rin nang ipahid sa mong lawas.
Yeah.
Karang soulstone.
Soulstone.
Fuck. Pero what do you think about like the Spiderman though?
Ang trailer? Hype.
Kayo.
Hype.
Pero pa ang duha ka Spiderman nagpakita.
Wala pa.
Fuck.
It's almost a guarantee though, man. We can just consider it it's happening. It's happening.
Ilay bet ni mo na magpakita si Tobey Maguire o si Khan?
No, I would bet that they will appear. So who are we gonna bet with?
I don't think so, man.
Huh?
I don't think magawas sila.
You don't think so? I think that would be a huge letdown because people already believe na they definitely will.
That's why mabit atong kuan, like atong kuan ba nato yung meme na shit, like I'm really hyped for Spider-Man. Guman sa ubos din the expectations. Boom, dagdagan gina mga kuan ba. Yung Fantastic Four na lang dagdagan gina mga expectations ba. And like ang director guro sa Spider-Man ba.
Oh no! No.
Shit. Grabe ang kuan gani cyber
to be a Marvel director, man.
Gani.
The pressure. Gabiha na
Ang nahitabo like seeing like nahitabo lang gani sa Cyberpunk gani.
Yeah.
Grabe overhype.
That's the same thing with Half-Life 3.
That's
why ang Half-Life 3 man gani niya na sila na give up na lang mi kay di man jud mi maka-live up sa hype.
Pero mo kasi nakanindot sa Valve, no? Nakanindot sa Valve, no? They won't put something ng community ma-disappoint.
Yeah.
Nganong like it was really unorthodox. Like nagpagawa sila og Half-Life Alyx. Nakatong ba VR ba? Like what? Ano man, like not everyone owns VR. Pero pag release ato, boom. It was a massive success. Wa pa ko ang fail gid sa Valve para nako pa. Ang kato pagurong like katong card game nila. Kato pa. Pero isa ra ako nahibawan pa. Pero imagine like grabe gid sa kakuan gid si Gaben by like ang ilang quality control ba. Mainly good the reason why Valve became really big was because of the community, and that's why I think like that's what like other companies should learn ba. Like listen to the community gid ba. Listen to like kung kinsa ang mamalit sa imong product gani. Kinamay ba like grabe ka like ang ilahang kuan ba. And ang distance between the consumers and the company is really different ba like.
Yeah.
Mo nang like weird kaayo na ay companies na trying to relate to their community. Pero ang community, what the fuck are you doing? Like wala sila ka like
True.
Dili gid makarelate kay ang they're not trying to man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wa kay ko input kay wala ko ni follow sa katong Half-Life na.
Wala lang ko nag-ingon sa Half-Life like almost every company yun. Not really the game company lang. Like every company,
because the goals are really not aligned. Yeah.
But like ang ilahang ang kuan ba? Like they're trying to relate sa ilahang like sa ilang consumers ba pero it's not working because it's too corporate, man.
Yeah, but that's also why a lot of games fail is because of pressure from the corporate side of things, diba? Because they have a lot of people to impress.
And they're fucking underpaid.
Yeah,
and napay kaning crunch naka na ganing kaya as an artist bisag ikaw bisag underpaid ka you imo like mo passion ben animo that's why okay ready ra ko nadaghan na kay nangamatay na like tungod overwork ba na mga kanang game developers and it's really weird nga nung underpaid yapon sila diba
yeah
like
and how in demand they are pud
gani especially karon and that's why I nganong maglagot ko nganong hantod karon abi na kong mawaa jud na Ano hantod karon ang
Maybe
tanang mga
maybe my theory is that there are not so many game development companies, but there's a lot of gaming developers because so many want to be it nowadays.
yeah.
Because gaming is so popular, and you know the number of game developers that become
no,
successful.
No, I disagree. I disagree.
Well,
Ang ilang pamilyon like naay mga game company ba may na. Pero sila mo gyud mo pili kung pila ra dili mo gyud like
yeah,
exactly
no, that's what I mean. That's also what I mean. I'm saying that game developers are not like invaluable.
Yeah.
You know
I don't think daghan kaya niya.
I think there's a lot.
There's a lot pero I
Yeah.
don't think sa isa ka company daghan jud kay niya.
That's why they limit it because they keep the budget tight. Corporations, of course, they want to keep the budget tight, diba? That's why games always come out
that's why
unfinished.
ang nakalagot pa gid ba kay ang kana ganing mga like company ba like na ba mga investor maghatag sila deadline na
Yes.
grabe ka
Yes.
ang gamay kay natin pahimuon sila AAA na game niya ang span okay tagaante ka og 3 years pag himog AAA na game what napila ra sila na team 50 ka buok
Yeah.
how do you fucking do that
Yeah.
that's stupid
And they always come up with absurd ideas because
and that's why they do crunch.
Yeah.
That's why they do crunches. Like that's why they overwork themselves. Like guman like nauban mga matay na lang ang ilang sweldo gamay man kayo.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
compare sa ilang buhaton ba?
Yeah.
Because ilahan ma-abuse sa mga corporate kay that's their passion man. Like dili man ingon na kanang trabaho ko ani I don't really care about kanang making this stuff.
Yeah.
Diba? Like it's not like I'm making this art and guman para lang ni mapasa ni nako mao ni akong trabaho. They want it to make it as beautiful as because mao man na ilahang kuan ba ilaham ng output na gikan man na nila jud ba ilaham ng passion.
Yeah.
So that's why burag kuan sila ba ma-abuse.
Well, you can say the same thing in basically any arts field though.
Yeah, gani.
Any
Dili lang sa
arts
game
field.
gid.
Yeah.
Sa animation,
Same.
daghan gid kayo.
Designers, same.
Ikaw like sa music industry,
Music
mas tama kay insight gid ana.
I wouldn't really consider myself part of the music industry because I'm independent. So
Ayan, na independent ka pero like,
yeah.
pero ikaw mas nakay knowledge kay compare na kayo.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it? Manzo?
Well, generally, artists really are underpaid because they hook them to music label contracts while they're early. So as a guy who's still starting out, all they see is the check saying $1 million, but in fact you only get 10% of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only get 10%
And
of
no
that.
matter how bisag unsa nakasikat imong kanta, it'll still
because
paid
more than
the same.
50% of the profits goes back to the music label.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of people to pay. Understandable, right?
Yeah.
But I think their biggest value is really the marketing.
Yeah.
In terms of marketing, music labels, it's probably a must.
Yeah, kayo.
But
like music videos, mga tours, dako jud.
Yeah. So why artists feel like they get locked up manggod because they try to get the label tries to give the best deal that works best for them.
Yeah.
And so
they're doing business man good.
Yeah.
We should like remember ba na artists, that's why artists should understand business side of things.
Yes.
Just that like ayaw lagi understand like dili lang ang art nimo ay mo understand pod. The way you market yourself too.
Yeah.
Because ikaw gi-alcance gid na if dili ka kamao jud.
True. That's why for me I never I guess I kind of have a slight advantage because I don't think I'm coming into it na more clean slate ba.
Yeah.
It's because I already kind of understand I'm nabe ako sa corporate world so I understand how things work so I didn't have that crutch bitaw.
Yeah, also yung mag-eskwelahan is business
too.
Yeah.
So I kind of already understood that okay like that's why I keep saying maybe I don't want to sign with a label unless it's a really good deal.
Gani.
The thing is they lock up these artists at the beginning where it's a lot for them short term. But long term, they lock them up for 5 years. Sometimes it could go up to 10 years. But it's not a lot of money for them at that stage.
Yeah.
Because they at that point they can't the way how much they earn doesn't equal to how much they they grew
Yeah.
as an artist.
And the sad thing about other like music labels too
Mhm.
is that they also limit ang creativity sa artist ba.
Yeah, also
because
that.
because
also
ano yan,
that.
it's because
They have a quota.
because
Yeah.
they also they also own the artist naman.
Yeah.
Like ang
Yeah.
persona sa artist,
Mhm.
ang iyang music, 'di ba? Like ang kung botang taron si Ed Sheeran, they own the name Ed Sheeran naman sa public, ang music label.
Yeah.
Yeah, nanaman
not,
nilang, right?
not to the artist name.
Not to the artist
Not
name,
to the
pero
artist
like
name.
ang persona ba? Like ang image ba? That's why if mabati ang image ni Kwan,
The thing is, I'll tell you how they lock up the artists.
Oh.
Because any music that they create while being signed, it gets sent out to their own mastering engineers.
yeah.
So that's why by the end of it, the right to own a song comes up depending on who did the master,
Oh.
which often is not the artist.
Yeah.
Diba? So that's why artists don't own their own song.
Yeah.
They don't own the master of their own song because that's what defines who owns the song.
Gani.
Yeah. So that's how fucked up it is because the a guy who just plays guitar and sings, he's not gonna know how to master a fucking song.
Gani.
Diba? So
Yeah.
it's also a smart thing for them because now they own that song. You don't own that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Maglago sa like ang copyright system nila. Sige sa sulti na it's for the artist, like we should support the artist na ganing kanang we should.
Is it for the artist or is it for you?
Yeah, mo gani. Like
Yeah.
because who owns money while you copyright something?
Yeah.
It's the fucking company.
It's the company.
man.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
They get a little bit of the royalty.
Yeah.
Artists get a little bit of royalty.
Yeah.
But like I said, they're earning like just from the get-go only 10%. How much more? I'll tell you where artists really make the most at is through touring.
Gani.
Through touring, not even through their music.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't give a fuck. Like 1 million streams, 10 million streams,
Yeah.
100 million streams, doesn't matter. It's how many people go to your tours.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Gani.
Yeah. So those streams, the only thing that really has value is to get a fucking fan base. A fan base
Gani.
loyal enough to see your shows.
True.
Yeah.
Gani.
If you want to make money, that's how you make money as an artist.
Yeah.
And that's fucking tough.
This was good. Like
Yeah.
especially touring, like naganito
Touring.
naganito
ano
banda
ba eh?
sa Kwan sa Japan na like ang ilang vocalist kasi Wawaka ba.
Mm.
And then the guy died in the middle of the
Ooh.
tour, man.
Because touring, that's fucking tedious, man.
Gani.
It's I can't imagine the level of stress by
Gani.
you're performing for 1 hour, 2 hours,
Shit.
and that it's like
And also, dili ka makasettle in one place because nakapirmi sa
no
mong tour
the
bus.
mental stress too.
Yeah.
Mental
Gani.
stress. Oh my god, that's why they
Yeah.
resort to drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mo gani. They need a time out, yun.
They need
Kaya, bro, imagine the pressure pirmi pag
Mhm.
na napagid like
and you have to be perfect every single time
yeah.
because if you have a bad performance, do you think the audience is gonna go like, oh, maybe he's tired from touring?
Yeah, mabit
They don't say that. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, he's a bad performer.
Mabit
That's all they think.
Mabit si
Yeah.
Justin Bieber ba? Like he
Mhm.
does bad things sa kanaganing kwan sa mga tour ba?
Mhm.
Makaana ko gamay na dili ko kaingon dritso ba na he's a bad guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's just like imagine like ang buhaton po ni Justin Bieber like what he need to put up ba like he's not really the guy making the face like na as a stage. It's not really him. Like imagine like ato na sa backstage like man people still expect him to be the same.
Uh-huh.
Like imagine like how like unsa naka-stress.
Yeah.
Like, grabe naka-stress ba?
This all goes back to really understanding people's situation.
Gani.
Yeah.
Gani,
Yeah.
kaya imagine ikaw magturo like nakaka-persona ipagawas dito sa stage, di ba?
Uh-huh.
Iguman mo at muhawa din ka sa stage.
Uh-huh.
Iguman kung kinsa tong naa sa stage, dili gid ba to ikaw ba ya?
Yeah.
Napagigibot up na face ba ya? And if ang tao sige expect nimo na
Mhm.
kanang ang katong naa kung kinsa mong character na gi-play is the same as like ang Johann Isaac, like the real you.
Mhm.
Diba? Like they think like ang other fans think that they really
have
know.
expectations.
Yeah. And they also like they think na like kung unsang personality sa ilang gitanaw ba mo sa ang personality mismo sa in real life ato na artist ba.
Yeah.
That's why that's what fans should avoid.
That's
ba?
also the thing, because as an artist too, it's not like I have to fake myself because I have this image as an artist. For me, I kind of have no choice.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be. Yeah. I don't want to be, but in my artist, that's a brand.
Gani.
Separated from myself.
True.
Because I don't have a choice. If I want to market it properly, my identity has to be a certain way.
If it's hard for music artists na position, unsa na lang ka sa mga artista. Di ba? Like if ikaw kanang ka ba, if YouTuber ka, streamer ka, or like kanang artist ka, di ba? It's more harder for them, di ba?
Yeah.
Sila na magid ang put up gid na kanang character gid sa kanang gid sa media. And fuck,
for them it's hard because not only that, they have a whole PR team. Artists have managers and a PR team.
Yeah.
I forgot the exact term, but to make sure they brief them on what they can and can't say.
Yeah, mo gani.
And anything they do, there's always damage control. Any little thing. Their lives are so controlled by. Yeah.
And you can understand it too, and because of the people masad na like misunderstood ba. Like kuan ba? Like na mabuhat. Tanawa to nahitabo ni kuan no. Katong ni kinsa to katong sa Shang.
Awkwafina.
Tanawa to. Sa kagamay atong butanga.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Bra, imagine nung saan nahitabo sa PR ato, naratol. Fuck! Ano yung gitweet? Why did you have to tweet this?
But I don't think I think it's so tough because who would have thought na, okay, this is like verbatim what she said. I don't want to do an Asian accent because it belittles our culture or something like that. That seems okay. Face value, diba? No one would think in the future this is gonna bite her in the butt. Diba? No one would think that. It's so dumb. Somehow they connected her doing her culture's accent to black accent. How? How?
Saan pag-fit? How do you do that?
How?
Kuan magud na mga cancel culture ba kuan benas like they're higher beings. Like dili na to ma-comprehend ang ilang thinking.
Yeah, so akong utok ba is still math. Like kanang hangover math.
Yeah, we can't comprehend.
No.
It's over our comprehension again. Like
that's above us.
Yeah, that's above us.
Yeah.
Like ignore your comprehension sa just Bisag ako, di ka pang ko gets actually.
I still don't know.
No matter how, and like, bisag ako nang bali-balihon ng physics.
Yeah.
Bisag ako nang, like, bisag usbon.
I'm going through, like, everything I know.
Yeah.
Law of relativity.
Yeah. Bisag mo ito nakuglaing dimension. I still think it's wrong.
Yeah.
Inana siya ka, kuan gid ba, na dili gid na to makomprehend bisag.
So it's really official. People in the SJWs are astrophysicists.
And they're more than that.
They're more than that.
Yeah,
so they're higher than Neil deGrasse Tyson.
They're higher beings. They're higher entities.
Yeah.
We shouldn't really touch them. So I suggest just fucking ignore them.
Yeah. I mean they were even strong enough to cancel Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Wait, how?
I forgot how. Basta
Nahita mo, ni-cancel
something
Neil
like
deGrasse?
that. Yeah. Like,
what does Neil deGrasse Tyson do na makancel siya?
Something anti-women or whatever. No one is safe, man. No one is safe.
How the fuck?
Bisag Morgan Freeman. Morgan fucking Freeman, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Cancelled Morgan Freeman. But of course, a lot of people went on his side, but
of course,
Morgan Freeman just...
Pero the fact that someone tried to cancel him.
Yeah.
Not just someone. It's
Guys,
a group of people.
Do you realize you're trying to cancel God?
Yeah.
Actual God, Morgan Freeman?
Fuck. Man, I like ganahan ko mag-istorya ni Morgan Freeman about like unsa'y mafila na ba?
Yeah.
Like unsa sa ding insight about anak. I'm sure like interesting po ding insight about cancel culture ba?
Morgan, how does it
Fuck! What if like cancel culture bet? I cancel cancel club.
We get canceled people.
No, not cancel people. Like if not a guest, we ask them about what do they think about cancel culture.
Oh yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Because most likely ang atong ipang guests are already kanang kuan balik na sila
they're still to be canceled.
Buta na to ba? They're not like kuan sila ba mga influencers ba? Diba?
Who we plan to get.
We natay plan mga bugat og influencers. That's why it's really interesting like every artist or like mga influencers atong kuan kung unsa lang insight ana ba. I'm sure it's different.
And so the plan is to get influencers and it's to get them canceled when they get here, right? Diba? That's
okay,
why
now
it's the cancel club.
you just have to sign this and dili pagkita ba. We are not liable if you get canceled. Okay. Sige, pirmahe lang. Okay, now we're good. Okay, na-cancel din sa podcast. It says here we're not liable. Grabe.
Yeah, so guys, once you come on this podcast, that's the peak of your career.
Shit, wala naguro tay kanang kuan guro.
You don't go up after that.
Yeah.
After this.
If grabe ta ka kuan sa cancel culture, let's just cancel this episode. No,